What's up, everybody? C-Tone13 here, and today I want to again make another video about my cornrow hunting and my new finds. So over the break, over Christmas and all that, I went to California to visit my uncle, and while I was out there for about 10 days, actually, I had an opportunity to go to quite a few banks actually, and on pretty much every single time I got nothing. I got skunked, I got shit on, I got whatever. I got nothing. Just got clad, or even worse, they didn't have anything. But they offered me dollar coins, which I absolutely didn't want. And no, not anything special like dollar coins. Just those friggin' Sacagawea ones. So, anyway, this is actually the roll of coins that I have that holds all my finds. And actually some of them are clad, so it's just a spacer because, but anyway. So last time I made a video, I had shown you that I had gotten two 90 percenters, and then I still had my three 40 percenters. Well, that amount has gotten just a little bit bigger, because this is all the silver that I have now. Look at that. Alright, so while I was in California, I actually came across 3 more silvers. Let's see. So I got me this. First of all, this is the first one I ever found. This is a 1970 40 percenter. It's really freaking beat up, and actually from the edge, these 1970s, they almost look like clad, because you know that center part that's only like 35% silver, or there's 29. I think it's 29.9 or something like that, some weird percentage, but it's very low amount of silver in there. That part actually is the lowest amount of silver, because it's not like an even mix. These are actually clad coins, silver coins. The 40 percenters are actually clad. Their outer skin is about 80%, and the inner skin is about 30% silver. And then somehow when you average it, you get about 40% by mass. So yeah, but these later 40 percenters, like towards 1970 and 1970 including, they look like clad almost. So I almost missed this, and I think that's probably why people miss this one too, because one, it's beat up, and two, it looks like clad from the edge. But I knew, because I did the ping test, I said, okay, so here's a clad, right? This is like a 2004. I'm gonna drop it. Let me try that again. See if I can get it to spin. All right, now I'm gonna do the silver. It's very obviously silver. You can tell. So that was the first one I found, beat up, but silver is silver. The next coin I found, the next two that I found, let's see if I can find them. 66. Alright, the next two that I found, the only other two that I found, are these two. I got me 67. Alright, real clean. Pretty much no wear on this coin. Just aside from, you can tell some of the hairlines, just like the outermost hairlines may be actually affected. And then I got me a 65. I never had a 65 before. That was another year I had missing. So now I have 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, and 70. So I'm missing a 69. But so yeah, again, all these coins, no mint marks. The only one that I have a mint mark is that 68 I found a long time ago. And so these are all from Philly, I guess. But let me show you the crown jewel of what I got in Philly. In California. So let's see. Now it's in here, and you're gonna be wondering, what do you got? Like some crack in there? No, trust me, way cooler than crack. Alright, I'm gonna open this up here. So there's a reason it's padded. Now be prepared. I'll tell you that it is in very good condition for its age. That's right, folks. Got me an 1880 Morgan dollar. And you can even tell that original luster is still there. You can see that cartwheel going on there. Let's see if I can get it in the light so you can get that. Yeah, see that cartwheel? See if I can get that. It's hard to get that effect on camera, but you can see that cartwheel effect. So, you know, both sides are in great condition. Very little wear. Just you can see some minimal, maybe on the most raised surfaces of her hair, and then on the eagle, maybe like on the edges of the wings. But really, there is no wear. It's a little dirty, but I'm opting not to clean it, because it is worth 33 for collectors in the condition that it is found in. And this is probably close to, I don't want to say ultra fine, but like extra fine, maybe. I should get it appraised, but I haven't really gotten to that yet. But I need to now tell you the backstory for this coin. All right. So first of all, excellent condition, but this is how I got it. All right. A lot of Morgan dollars in excellent condition, so that's not a big deal. But so actually, my uncle's neighbor came over for New Year's Eve dinner, and when he found out I was into coin collecting and you know, that sort of thing, and currency collecting, his wife actually said, well, you know, my grandfather had all these coins, these big dollar coins. I was like, big dollars? What did, I mean, you mean Eisenhower's? It's like, no, they got like some lady on them. And I was like, a lady? Oh shoot, I'm interested now. And so then she was like, yeah, well, we'll bring them over later. And she also mentioned some $2 bills she had. And you know, I don't really normally care that much about $2 bills. I use them a lot, but I don't collect them because usually they're just, you know, 76 or later. But she said she might have some red seal ones, which would be like 63 or older. And I figured, okay, I could get some silver certificates. Even if I don't, I get some nice United States notes. So after dinner, she brought them over, and they were just standard 76 $2 bills, nothing special. But she gave me this roll to look at, this roll of coins, and she said, "Open them. Yeah, you gotta open them. Take a look." I dump them out. It's like $20 worth of Morgan dollars and peace dollars. I got so excited because I actually never even held one of these in person before. You know what I mean? Because you know, I know all about these. I know a lot of people who collect these and who found these, got real lucky at the bank. Some teller was like, "Hey, we got the big dollars in," and but I never actually got the chance to hold one. And when I picked one up, I was just blown away because, you know, when you hold like an Eisenhower dollar, you know, I ever since the first time I held an Eisenhower dollar, this is actually the bicentennial, yeah. I was just amazed by the size, right? It was just like, wow, that's a big coin. Well, as you know, the Eisenhower dollar is basically the same size. Shoot. Good thing I dropped it on the keys there. Okay, so the Eisenhower dollar is pretty much the same size. I'm not going to put them on each other. I don't want to scratch them, but you can see they're basically the exact same size. So the size is not what really struck me, because I sometimes use these and people seem to like them, the Eisenhowers. But it's the weight and the thickness, because it's a lot thicker. If you take a look here, I'm sure you collectors think I'm an idiot for doing this comparison, but it's for me. Alright guys, so stop hating. It was news to me. So this thing is huge and thick, and one of the reasons why a lot of these are actually found in good condition is because people didn't trade these because they were too heavy, so they just traded silver certificates instead, and they just sat in banks, you know, in the treasury. Now this coin is just that much more exciting because she had a bunch, right? And she said, and she was like looking, oh man, you these coins interesting? I was like, yeah, these are awesome, you know. They're worth quite a bit in silver. I mean, she had, with, I don't think she had totally. I don't think she had $20 worth of coins. I think she had maybe I want to say like $16 maybe, and I think that came out to like $400. And no, maybe not 400. I don't remember what it was, but I think each one is worth like 20 bucks, and Yeah, so 20 bucks. Each one was worth 20 bucks in silver from what I calculated at minimum, right? So 20 bucks in silver, and then there's 16 coins. That's like 320 bucks, all right? So $320. I told her, man, oh God, this is so amazing. Oh man, I would buy one of these I would buy one of these off you. I'd pay you, for the whole price. And she was like, and after, out of nowhere, after I've been looking at them for a while, she's like, well, which one do you want? And I was like, well, how much do I owe you? She's like, no, we feel wrong if we didn't give you one. I was like, are you sure? She's like, yeah, you have to take one. And I was like, okay, I'm cool with that. And so I sort of just slowly looked through all of them, and this 1880 just struck my eye because it was the oldest. And knowing that none of them were really key dates, so none of them were worth that much or that rare, I figured I'd go for the oldest one. And the 1880 was actually it was probably the one in the nicest condition, which is awesome because this one literally had, some of them had some serious wear. Like some of them, you could barely see her face. It was just kind of the outline of her head, the Liberty, and the eagle was just kind of there. But this one, you could see the arrows, you can see the eagle, you can see the lines and the feathers, you can see the text around $1, you can see that little half wreath looking thing, and even the edges, even even these little the edges on the edge in the side is not that tarnished. And I think the good thing that kept the faces of this coin really protected was that it was in a roll for years. And so basically two sides of it were just sandwiched like this between two other coins, and really no sulfurization of the silver could occur, and so you don't have any really tarnish on here. At some point I may clean this. Actually, this is a secret, and I'm sure somebody knows it already, but I've never seen a video on YouTube about it, so this is just like a heads up, I guess, for my subscribers and anyone else who watches this. A lot of people will tell you about the method to clean silver to remove tarnish, which is to put the coin in a baking soda bath on top of aluminum foil. But see, that only removes tarnish, okay? And also it doesn't work as well on 40% coins, because 40%ers are going to take a little longer, because the less silver, the less affinity, whatever. But the point is, generally it should be okay, because even 40%ers, the outside at least, is still 80%. Now, here's where it gets a little tricky. That only removes tarnish. But what about this dirt? Because I can tell you there's pretty much no tarnish on this coin. But that brown stuff you see on there, that's dirt, okay? So you could put that in that bath all day long and never get any of this off. You could also use an abrasive, some kind of polish, like I actually one time for one of my coins as a test I used car wax. It worked. I mean car buffing stuff. Like the little the abrasive stuff that removes scratches, right? It's like not hard at all. It's not like sandpaper or anything like that, but it's a light abrasive. Now that made it really shiny, but it also took out all the detail, took out the sheen, took out the easy to identify cartwheel, and made it a very obviously clean coin. Alright? Now this is a little secret that I found. If you want to remove dirt, don't use a polish tool, don't go buffing it with crazy, force and sandpaper and abrasives, and don't do that bath thing, because that's not going to remove dirt. Do that to remove tarnish. So when you do that for a while and then you see it doesn't really get any better, even if you leave it in there longer and change out the solution, then that's not tarnish. It's dirt. So I'm going to show you this coin here. Let's see if I can find it. The 65. This 65 that I just showed you, this was black, or pretty close to it, in several spots. Not the whole thing, it wasn't all black. But even after I did the aluminum bath, that didn't really cut it. It took maybe like a couple of the spots away. The rest was just dirt. The way I got to this sheen without removing that cartwheel, you can see, it's really hard to replicate in this light, but you can see the cartwheel effect. It's not. I haven't removed any material. Is to use baking soda. Baking soda takes care of it. You use baking soda and a really light cloth, so like something made of 100% cotton, or you can use really soft paper towels, but don't push very hard. And just take that, put the baking soda and paper towel, get it a little wet, get the coin a little wet with water, warm water, and just rub really gently in a circular pattern, and also follow the the designs and stuff, so you remove the dirt inside the designs. And if you're really gentle and you use a gentle cloth, it will not affect the surface at all of the coin, and it will remove all the dirt. Alright? Again, I still don't recommend this if it's a really like expensive coin. Like if you have, what's a really valuable coin? Like, I mean, if you have like a well, I don't know, whatever. But if you have anything older than a Morgan dollar, then you probably shouldn't be cleaning it. But if you have a lot of Morgan dollars and it's not a key date, like mine isn't a key date, I might end up cleaning it. This will just remove the dirt, right? But it'll preserve the surface of the coin and probably preserve a lot of the collectible value. Because the problem when you clean a coin is you basically cut the value by up to 40% by cleaning it. So by using this baking soda method, you may still cut the value, right? Then that's why I don't recommend cleaning really worn coins, right? Like let's say the coin's really kind of like rough and worn, and just kind of like worn down. You can see the face. Like let's say it's a Kennedy, right? The face is really worn down and all that. I wouldn't recommend cleaning it because then it's very obvious. You can be like, why is this coin so worn, right, and so old looking, but it's like shiny, and so that might set you off. But if it's in a condition like this where the designs are perfect and whatever, then to put it another way, the coin being really clean would fit the profile of a coin in this condition. So a coin that is this perfect in terms of the design and the wear would probably have been kept very well and probably wouldn't have any dirt on it and wouldn't have been tarnished and all that stuff. So that's probably why, you know, obviously you don't want to tell somebody if you're going to sell this to a dealer, right? But you're really not actually tricking them at all, because in this case you're not changing the surface. If you had polished it and somehow still convinced the buyer that it hadn't been polished and hadn't been cleaned, then I would argue that was tricking them, right? But in this case, you're simply removing the dirt and you're not changing the surface. The baking soda doesn't affect the surface, it just helps loosen the dirt up. So as long as you don't use an abrasive, you don't use a rough cloth, this method will help you get your cleans really clean. Did I say clean? Your coins really clean, without really altering the surface, which is what really matters. Because if you could take a buffing pad to every coin to make it shiny and keep the value that way, and well, shit, I mean, I'd do that with every coin. Well, I probably wouldn't, because it would look ugly. But I mean, if I was going to sell them, I would do that. You know, if that raised the value, but it doesn't. You know, it makes them look worse. Generally, you see swirl marks. You see these straight, you know, abrasion lines, and then also you remove the mint. You remove the original mint sheen, which gives you that cartwheel effect. So overall, I'd say that is the secret: baking soda plus a light cloth and a little rubbing, and you'll see it. And again, with this method, make sure you're constantly checking. All right, don't just blindly rub at it. When you see the dirt coming off, just keep focusing on it. Don't focus on only one area. Kind of focus on the whole coin. And if there's any trouble areas, then you can go back and focus. And then when it's done, like when you see no more dirt, just stop. You know, there's no overkill. You don't need to overkill this thing. But you'll end up getting coins that look like this, that were originally black with dirt. Because I see this a lot of times when you see these coins and they're not tarnished, they're just dirty, and people are talking about, I'm going to remove the tarnish. Well, that's not going to work, because it's not the tarnish, it's dirt. And this will work with clad coins too. It's not gonna. Now the thing with clad coins is if they're dark, like they're oxidized, like this. You see this? It's oxidized. Okay, I'll give you a brand new, like shiny 2004, right? So this is a 2004, and this is a 1972. All right, you can see that the 2004 is shinier than this. Now the baking soda isn't gonna make this one shinier, but what it is gonna do is gonna remove that shit on the corner right there. You see that? That stuff. You know, even if that was on a silver coin, you put that in a bath with the aluminum, that's never going to come off, because that's not tarnish, it's dirt. But if you use baking soda, it'll come off to the point where it'll still look nice. You want to change the surface, and it'll be collectible. But all in all, I would say that, you know, considering that I haven't ordered any huge boxes, because up until now I haven't had $500 of expendable income. Yeah, I'm in college, right? So this is not bad. If we're looking for loose coins and customer rolls, that's not bad. And then of course I got my beautiful Morgan dollar, and I am not complaining at all. Now, in the comments, you should tell me, where your best finds have been. Because everybody's different, every area is different, but generally you don't have to identify where you are, but you can tell me what state you're in and tell me what banks you found give you the best results. Because I tell you that in Massachusetts, the best results I've gotten are Bank of America and let's see. No, Bank of America. Bank of America has gave me something every time. When I go to the smaller banks, they always tell me, yeah, we don't have any silver. We already found it all. So, I mean, I don't even have to ask. Like, literally, I'll just be like, hi, do you have any, and they're like, $50 of silver? Yeah, we don't have any. I'm like, how did you know? And I was like, you just look like it. And I'm like, oh, okay, I'm sorry. But, so I go to the bigger banks is what I found. But let me know in the comments what you think. What banks give you the best results. And also, if you already knew about this, am I an idiot for letting you guys know about the baking soda only? Because everywhere I've looked for cleaning, I'm being honest, everywhere I've looked for cleaning advice on silver coins, because I wanted to see if anyone else did this. So everywhere else I've looked for cleaning advice on silver coins has been baking soda and aluminum foil, or baking soda salt and aluminum foil, or polishing compound and a rubbing cloth, or soap and water, or a rock tumbler, right? But that's usually for clad coins, right? A rock tumbler would be really stupid on a silver. But my point is, I've never seen the baking soda method, just baking soda and a soft cloth. So if you've seen this or you do this, then let me know. And if you think this has been helpful, let me know too. But anyway, don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, I will let you know what else I find. But hopefully, we strike silver. Alright, see you guys later. Seats on 13. Don't forget to rate, comment, subscribe. I already said that, but I'm going to say it again. Adios.